Hey everyone, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to talk about something that, to be honest with you, makes me quite sad. And that is gay-to-gay bullying. I already recorded part of this video outside, and I think that part of it came out really good, but the wind is really loud. And so I'm going to try to put a couple seconds of that here or there in this video, just because I really like the way it was filmed. You just couldn't hear me a lot of the time because of the wind, but I'll insert what I can. So I'll be honest with you, I just have never been able to understand gay-to-gay bullying, because so many of us have gone through trauma growing up, going to school, being taunted, being called names, being threatened, sometimes actually physically being beaten up or worse. We're doing the exact same thing that we were subjected to. There are certain people in our community that insist on putting down other people. Now, usually the case of somebody doing that is because they themselves are insecure. And I have to assume that that has something to do with why guys do this, because I don't see any other reason for it. I suppose that it could be a certain percentage of people that when they were growing up, they were harassed and bullied, and they felt they were too weak at the time to do anything about it. So now, you know, a lot of us, myself included, have gone to the gym, built ourselves up, so we look muscly and big and at times intimidating. And maybe, crazy as it is, maybe some guys need to feel that power putting down other people. I see it when I go to clubs to a certain degree, but the music's so loud and people are drinking and they tend to be a little bit more friendly in clubs, I suppose. And so I don't see it all the time there, but where it is very apparent is online. I go to certain message boards and Facebook groups where older people generally, where they'll be talking about movie stars or TV stars or porn stars or YouTube stars. And people will just be talking and commenting and saying a few things. And then somebody comes in that just will take one person's comments and will just start ragging on this person, calling them names. Wouldn't you think that, considering so many of us grew up having that aimed at us, that we would never ever want to think that we would project that out to someone else? When I was in school, I had a really hard time in junior high school. Elementary, grades 1 to 6, not the best, but tolerable. High school, I was coming into my own. Granted, that own was kind of pretending I was straight. I had a girlfriend, but still, I had more confidence. I was in the music department. I was in the drama department. I was around people that accepted me for what I was projecting or for who I was inside, my friends certainly. And, you know, that was tolerable. But junior high school, those 2 years, 7th and 8th grade, were absolute terror for me. My father had recently died. My mother was sick. She was dealing with cancer. And during those 2 years, that was really when people called me names and terrorized me and threatened to beat me up. When you're in elementary school, at least where we are here, you tend to go grade to grade with the same kids. So you might know 50 kids or so, and all of you move through your grades exactly the same. You end up with exactly the same kids in your classes. But once you go to junior high school, that's the first time when all of these different elementary schools from around all go to the same junior high school. So most of the time when you go into classes, you might know one or two of the people in the class, but you don't know any of the others. And because of that, I was very withdrawn. I wasn't the kind of person that would interact with people, that would be friendly, that would try to hang around people. I kept to myself. I just wanted to do school. I wanted to go home. I wanted to watch Dark Shadows, and that was it. I didn't want anything else. And it became very difficult for me to walk from school home because there'd be people that would wait on corners of streets for some of us to be passing by and then harass us. So what I did is I found this way that I could cut through the woods for about 20 minutes and get to my house that way. And so I would walk down the street from where the junior high is. I would go up the hill into the woods, and I would disappear. And from that point on, it was just me. So that was my time where I could just relax, just be myself. I'd talk to myself. I'd kind of play some games with myself on the way. And I was very much someone that loved to be in the woods. I did different paths in it to see how all the woods were, because I loved woods. I grew up in the woods. All summer long I was in the woods. And after school, a lot of times down here in my hometown, I also spent a lot of time in the woods. So I was in my element when I was alone and walking through the woods. And that was a very peaceful time for me. But it was a shorter way to get home. But it's not the way that I think I probably would have chosen if I wasn't being bullied at the time. Because I just wanted to get as far away from those people as I could. And it was such a relief to get out of that environment. 2 years of junior high were the worst times in school in my life. Then I went to high school, 4 years. That was great. College, I went to a music college. That was good. So there's a spectrum in the gay world, much like you would find in any part of society. You've got your very masculine people, or people that try to act that way. And then you've got the other end of the spectrum where there are people that are more feminine, and everybody has worth. Everybody has equal worth. And it doesn't matter where you fall on that spectrum. You should be able to be yourself with people. Because isn't that what we fought for ever since Stonewall? Isn't that what people have fought for? The right to be ourselves, the right to marry, the right to have the same equal rights that everybody else does, where work is concerned, school, home, all of that. We've worked too hard. I don't have a solution. I think the only thing that I can personally do is to remove myself as much as possible from going on to those online chat rooms and message boards. But I'm trying to promote my shows, and that is my audience on there. So to some extent, I want to be on there, and I want to be a part of the discussion. It just hurts me. It really hurts me when people insult each other You know, the internet is a great thing and the internet is a horrible thing. You can go on, you can create a fictitious name, and you can go into these rooms and you can get all of your pent up aggression and unhappiness, and you can just direct that to people. I've been in bars like leather bars where they're supposed to be the masculine people, right? That's where they go, the leather bars. Everybody in there is real tough. And I've been there when groups of younger guys that are more flamboyant will come in for a drink, and they will be made to feel that they don't belong there. The patrons, sometimes the bartenders, sometimes the doorman that will ignore them or say something negative to them, call them names. And if I'm in the bar and that happens, it ruins my entire night. Please let me know down in the comments what you think about gay-to-gay bullying, how it makes you feel. Do you see very much of it? If you do, where do you see it? And I don't know if there's a solution, but at least if we can acknowledge that that behavior is completely unacceptable, so maybe more of us can group together and confront someone that is bullying another gay person if we see them out in public. But it just makes me so sad. It just makes me feel so bad that these people that have every right to be wherever they want, and they have every right to live their own truth, that they don't get enough support in the gay community. And at least with my show, I want to try to make that a priority, to shine a light on it. I don't know. I've tried filming this a few times today, and it just seems like I'm not really expressing myself the way that I would like to. So please let me know in the comments your thoughts on this subject, please. And if you liked this video, although it wasn't the most upbeat one, please give me a thumbs up on it, and please subscribe to the channel. I'll do more videos that I promise won't be as much of a downer as this one is, but I want to be as honest and transparent with you as I can be. And today is one of those days when I'm down. I guess that's all I wanted to say today. I've been thinking about this for a couple weeks. And hey guys, thanks for just listening to me talk. Thank you. Bye for now.